Hello everyone and welcome. This is just a quick overview video for some of the activities in exercise 4B. Here you're going to be working with creating a feature and also kind of the concept of cleaning up sometimes. In this particular case, we see that to start with, the water lines layer is missing a line feature. So the first things that you want to do is make sure you're in your city maintain project that we worked on in exercise 4A. And you're going to change the selection and editing status of the layers so we can focus right on the water lines. So you're going to go to your contents pane, and first you're going to click the list by selection button and turn off all the layers except for water lines. Then you're going to do the edit button, list by editing, and not always, but in a lot of programs, a pencil usually means some sort of edit function. And again, we're going to go to list by editing, and we're going to turn off all the layers except for the water lines. And then you're going to go back to the drawing order, which is this button right here, which is where we normally are. Now, it says that you're going to go to the water lines bookmark. Now, with my particular version of the city maintain, there's a bit of a bug and the bookmark is missing. And in fact, it won't even let me make a bookmark. So I will show you how to find this in case yours is missing as well. All right. So if we go back here, again, the first thing we're going to do is go to this list by selection. And I already turned mine off, but make sure you click on all of yours and everything should be turned off here. And you're going to go to the list by editing, make sure everything is turned off. And then we're going to go back to the draw. And like I said, you should be able to go to bookmarks and then it should be displayed right here. But as I said, mine, as you can see, is not, and yours may as well. If you look in the textbook, you're going to see this is the area we're trying to zoom into. And I happen to know if you're kind of zoomed out like this and you find this Reynolds High area, it's right in here. If we keep zooming in to the in this case, right, or if the map is oriented to true north, this would be east. So if we keep zooming in, you're going to see right here is where we're missing water lines, and we're going to have to add. Okay, so again, not certain why the bookmark's not working, but if it is, it's not that big of a deal right now. All right, so then we're going to click on the Edit tab in the ribbon. And you're going to notice it says before you start to actually create, look at the existing line that runs along Southwest 19th. And you can actually click on this selection tool in the Edit tab and then click the line. And this will give you some information. So let me just kind of catch us up there. So again, you want to make sure you're catching this edit tool, and we're going to use, as mentioned, the selection tool right here, and then we're going to click on our 19th. Make sure we got our selection tool, and we're going to click, again, you'll notice my arrow has a little box, and we're going to click on there like that. Okay. And it says in the editor tool gallery, click the vertices button, which kind of looks like this, to display the selected features edit sketch. Okay, so again, we've got this on. When it says gallery, again, look for this type of structure with these two little lines in this. But we want the edit vertices just to take a look. And when we click on that, you notice my pane snapped over here. Yours might be in the middle. Okay. So that's, again, where it pops up. But you can see we have all of the information here, and it mentions you can scroll in and look a little bit more at the um, okay. So again, here we see our little box. And then it says to clear the selection, and on the edit tab, find the snapping button and see if it's shaded blue or not. If it's shaded blue, then it's on. If not, we're going to now configure the snapping tool so that it only snaps to certain places. This helps you make sure things are aligned. So you're going to click the snapping button down arrow and configure the tool so that only point snapping and vertex snapping are turned on. And again, the blue shading indicates on. So you'll see here in the end, excuse me, these are the ones that you want highlighted like this. Okay, so I'm back. And if you didn't already, click on the little clear button right here. Let me come over to snapping. Here's the little down arrow we pull down. And again, you can click on these, if you notice, to turn them on and off. And again, you want this one and this one on. You might notice things are sometimes, if things are rearranged a little differently, that's okay. So the menus might look a little different. And again, mine keeps disappearing, but you'll see we have these. Okay. The other thing is you want to make sure that snapping is on. Okay. And if it's not on, you can click on here, or you can click this little button and poof, there it is. Now it doesn't say snapping is on, but we know that snapping is on because this is all in blue now. Okay. So now we're going to create a new L-shaped water line that begins and ends at the waterline junctions and intersects existing valves. The line you're about to create is shown highlighted in aqua. So we're essentially going to go from here through this valve, down, and over here. So we're going to start this by, on the Edit tab, we're going to click this Create button. All right, so again, we're going to zoom. Pan down. You want to make sure you can see that corner very well. And I'm clicking on the Create. And click on the water lines, make sure that that is selected. And again, it's showing you down here this construction toolbar that pops up. Okay. And again, you're going to, start up here in this area. Make sure, hover your mouse. As soon as you get that water line's vertex, you're going to click, and then you're going to come down to hit that first valve. So it says valves point. You're going to click. Then you're going to pan south to the next valve. Again, when you see that snap tip coming in, make sure you click. And then we need to, once you get to that valve, then you're going to need to do a click here. All right, and there's no water valve. So we're going to use these two edit commands to make sure we get everything set. We're going to use distance and deflection. And so basically that means the next segment has to be a specific length of, here we're going to use 58.5 feet, and ensure the straightness of the line by saying a deflection angle of 0. because we don't want it to tilt in any way. Okay, so once you've got this valve, then you're going to right click, choose a distance, and make sure that you're 0. Okay, so you're going to do distance, and then you're going to do deflection. And you should see that that next one pops up, and it places the vertices for you. And then you're going to extend this until you get to this next little valve right here. Then you're going to snap, if you notice, snap to the waterline's vertex to place your final. And then move your mouse pointer slightly away, right click, and choose finish. Now you have your water main. Okay. Now, if you want more practice, it gives you another on your own. You can also double click to finish the sketch instead of right clicking. I don't like to do that because sometimes if you move the mouse even a little bit, it can screw it up. But it tells you to clear the selections anyway, so you don't have to do the on your own. Now notice it says to save your edits. On the Edit tab, click the Save button and click Yes to confirm. Now you need to enter attributes for this. You've drawn it, but just because you drew it doesn't mean it's automatically in your table of data. So you're going to have to add in this information right here. Okay. All right, so you're going to find your 2308. It's probably down at the bottom. It might even already be highlighted in blue, but make sure you click on this over here to highlight it, and then you can click on this button right here to show only that selected, and then fill in all of this information that it asked you to fill in. And make sure you add in all of these remaining attributes. Okay, and once you have all of that entered here, make sure you are saving your project. And again, you might want to save it and then save as for B. So now you have your 4B activity. All right, take care.